Okay, everyone, we are taking a first look at Guilty Gear Strive. We are playing on PS4 Pro. Keep in mind, this is a review copy provided by the publisher. We are covering this on the 9th. This comes out officially, I think, on the 12th. Because we got the Ultimate Edition. With the Ultimate Edition, you get early access. Also, with the Ultimate Edition, actually, let's quickly cover the editions. So obviously, if you don't know Guilty Gear Strive fighting game, we covered the beta. There's a video up on YouTube and Twitch of the beta where I cover a lot of the basics in the game. So this might be covering some of the same grounds, but I'm gonna go into this pretending like you don't really play Guilty Gear games, and you want to know if this is the fighting game for you, because we do cover a lot of fighting games here. And with this fighting game, they have tried to make it more approachable, right? Because the Guilty Gear games can be like super system heavy. So they could be like niche for the fighting games, even though it's like a well-known brand of fighting game. Not it's not like Street Fighter big, right? So that's what I think that's what they're going for here. So we'll get in and we'll discuss like how does the game play and some bigger core concepts of it, so you can know if it's for you. And toward the end of the video, we'll play a bit of online. There'll be a long stream for about 4 or 5 hours, or we're playing it live over on Twitch. There'll be a highlight shorter version everywhere else. So there's 3 versions. There's the base version, Guilty Gear. Then there's the Guilty Gear Strive Deluxe Edition, and there's Guilty Gear Strive Ultimate Edition. With the Ultimate Edition, you get a digital art book, digital soundtrack. You get a couple of days early access to the game, and you get special colors. Plus, you get the season pass. With the Deluxe Edition, you get a couple of special colors, the Deluxe Edition special colors, and you get the season pass. So no art book, no early access, no digital soundtrack. And with the base game, you just get the game. The season pass is gonna work out. I think there's gonna be like 4 or 5 characters, and they're gonna release them over the year. I think the first one is coming like in a month and a half's time, and then the second one follows like a month and a half later. So you can see like what style they're going for. They want to keep people engaged in the game. So every couple of months, there's gonna be a DLC drop with a character. For the digital. Okay, so how do we? I don't want to really show off a lot of the soundtrack. When I covered the beta, I was still worried about, the stream and the YouTube video might get muted or claimed, because the people they are using for the soundtrack are actual musicians. So you know how 2021 has been for music and stuff. So like that, when we did the beta video, I just turned off the music. I might keep it on this time and just to risk it for a biscuit, so like this is the music that is in there. There's the selection of music, and I think this is the same when you press music here. I think it loads in that app. I could be wrong here, because I can't actually show this off, because when I boot it up, it says, connect to US MP3 player, whatever, however it does it. I'm not sure how digital soundtracks work when you download them off of PS4 Store, PlayStation Store. But if you just have a look at like 1 or 2 bits of art, this is kind of like some of the art that is in the digital art book. They're like 1.5 gig or somewhere around there. Download. I won't show everything off here. I thought it'd just be good to show you what you get in the Ultimate Edition if you do decide to get that. Like, unless you want it for the like, speaking as a fighting game fan, right? If it was me personally, like if you don't want it for the early access and you just want the season pass, you're gonna get the season pass, then the Deluxe Edition works out well, right? Because you get some special colors with it, you get the season pass, and you get the game. It works out maybe the same, or maybe even a slightly bit cheaper. Is it if you was gonna buy the season pass individually? Because then you wouldn't get the colors and stuff. But most fighting game fans know, like most people who are gonna play the Guilty Gear games are fighting game fans, are probably the hardcore as well initially. So they know if they're gonna like this game or they're gonna stick with it, and how long they're gonna play it for, right? I should say, yeah, this is an Arc System work joint. They made the Blaze Blue games. They made that Persona fighting game. They made that Dragon Ball Fighter Z fighting game. So that should give you, and obviously they made the older Guilty Gear games. This should give you some kind of pedigree about what type of fighting game this is gonna be. anime, system heavy, a lot of stuff going on. But what they've tried to do with this one is they've tried to tone it down, slim down the cast, slow down the game a little bit. So yeah, that's what this basically is. So what we're gonna do is I'll go in if you're ever communicating with server. Everybody's been memeing about this. It takes too long to do this. So if you buy the Ultimate Edition, you get like early access. So everybody's got access to this now. The reviews and everything have gone up. It's getting like 8.5s, 9s, like average around there. So far, everybody seems to be loving it. But the big memes have been around how long it takes to get in, and it's like when the game's first early released, like the Gran Turismo and all that stuff. Every game that is connected online, it could be a bit rusty for the first couple of days, but it did this in the beta as well. It can get a little bit annoying, especially if you want to boot up the game and just jump into a game fast. So there was a couple of betas for this because they wanted to test out the netcode. If you don't know, the big thing about this is it has rollback netcode during those betas. There was some complaints, not about the netcode, about the lobby system and how you go about it. You actually got to physically go into a lobby and find an avatar and face that avatar. Like they've done that with their past couple of games, right? They did that with Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's just like this was a worst version of it. So then they delayed this game a couple of months. And it's kind of funny because, us, the FGC, we hardly get fighting games. And when we do, like, they're like UK buses. A couple of them come out once because Virtual Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown, I forgot the name of it already. Ultimate Showdown just dropped a couple of days ago from Sega, free on PlayStation Plus. But initially, this was planned to come out months ago, right? So they delayed the release because they said they was going to work on some stuff. From what I've been looking around, the lobby systems and all of that stuff are still like fully baked in there, and people are starting to have this conversation of, is it like a core part of the game and they couldn't take it out? We don't know. But they have made certain stuff simpler. Like everybody isn't just dumped into one lobby. They've made that a little bit cleaner. I think you can. We'll find out later. I think you can avoid that by just sitting in training and just doing like quick match stuff. But we'll check that out in a little while if we ever get into this. Communicating with servers. The only reason I'm showing this, like I said, if you just want to have a quick couple of games, this waiting for a couple of minutes to get into the game every single time can be a little bit frustrating. So. Obviously, when we played the beta, it was just the network stuff. So what we'll quickly do, we'll show a bit of everything. Actually, what we'll quickly do first, I want to go into the dojo and the training, and I'll show the core concepts of this game, so you know if the game's for you, and then we'll check out a bit of every single mode out. They're doing something interesting with the story mode here. It's not a mode you play. It's basically like an animated cutscene. So that kind of... This is a personal thing, I suppose. If you come to fighting games for the single player stuff, you probably won't like that because you want to play it. There is an offline arcade mode, but the story mode is just like sit back and watch. And I love Tekken, I love Street Fighter, and like I put Tekken 7. I probably played more than any fighting game this generation. I still haven't finished the story. That's not really what I come to them for. So maybe this style of it just plays and you watch it for a couple of hours, whatever it is, will be better for me. I don't know. So let's quickly have a look at some of the settings. If we go to profile, view your own player data in this mode, check out battle records, customize your avatar. Okay, so let's R code is a summary of player information including player profile, battle records, and match history. You can change your player name, badges, and free comment displays in the R code. The R code will be shared with opponents when playing online. Customize your profile and stand out from the rest. Okay, got it. View battle records is not going to show anything because I haven't done any online matches, but like they have got a replay save system and everything here. So like, and I think you can like follow people and everything. So like that's why this stuff is there. If you press like R2, you can see all like the latest news and stuff that is going on. The avatar is, when we get into the online stuff that would explain the avatar stuff, you could just go back out here and customize it again if you want to participate in the lobby stuff. If we go collection, Let's see what this is where your saved replays are, I believe. Is it gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna leave this in just to show it, to say they should probably clean this up a little bit. I'm just saying. Actually, I was gonna back out, but I've committed now. We can't do anything. This is where your saved replays will be. Obviously, it's communicating with the server to see what you saved and whatever. Is probably gonna say you got no replays. What are you talking about? You'll be able to view replays from the players around the world. You can also save replays. By following a player you are interested in, you will be able to view a list of replays from that player. So if you want to follow top players or pro streamer, make full use of the following function to keep track of other players. All ranked tower matches will be saved as replays in the server. The replays will be deleted automatically after a set period of time. You can register up to 10 of your own replays as the best bout replays in the server, or register as best bout will not be deleted. It is recommended that you register the replays that you want other players to see. The replays that you registered will have yellow icons next to it, whereas the replays registered by other players will have blue. So, like, basically stuff that Street Fighter 4 kind of... Was it Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5? One of the Street Fighters kind of made standard practice, right? They got that stuff here. If you want to see replays, that's what's here. Again, most people who are playing this right now is if you've bought that Ultimate Edition, or if you got like preview codes. I know a lot of content creators are playing it right now because Arc System Works were pretty good about this. Like, it's a good sign though, right? If you got a good game on your hands, like, you know, they didn't say, oh no, you know, embargo, we gotta wait for a full release, whatever. I don't usually talk about this stuff, but you know, when those embargoes are so tight, or day of release, then you could do everything. But they sent out codes early, a couple of like days before the weekend, so everybody can play it, test it out, cover it. You know, and that just shows faith in their product, right? And if you look at the review scores, and what everybody's saying, like, yeah, there's sure some rust around the edges and everything, but like, it just shows that they had confidence in their product, and they know they had a good game here, so that's why they weren't like scared to hide everything around reviews, embargoes. I appreciate that. You know, I didn't have a chance to play it because busy weekend, but you know, because you want to see me fail on stream and everything, right? But it's cool. So here you can unlock, like, you know, visual arts and everything. I've just been doing training offline and like looking around the game, doing audio tests and all that. You can, so that's why I thought like the digital art book and everything was like weird, because for the Ultimate Edition, because the game has its own set of artwork and music. Does that make sense? I don't know if it's like this is linked because the game knows that I have the Ultimate Edition, and that's why it's showing that. But it has its own set of artwork and music, which is all locked at the moment because, you know, see that those points or whatever that you see in the top right hand side, I was gaining those by doing like the dojo. There's a fishing game here. We're getting to the online section to kind of show that what that is, but it's just like a menu where you can like pay those coins that you earn in game, and then you can just get random like collectibles and stuff and costumes for your avatar. Not your in-game, not your actual character that you fight with. Those are all set costumes, like your avatar that you're walking around in the lobbies with. If we quickly go into settings, system settings, I'm sure everybody want to know what's here. You can have the auto save replays on or off, just in case if you're worried about your network speed or you want quicker loading times and stuff. Maybe I should turn that stuff off, see if it will make some of that online stuff faster. I know that's like the reason you would turn it off in like the Street Fighter games. And obviously if you're running this in tournaments, maybe that's why you would want the versus replay save. Battle system settings, CPU level. Actually, what does the CPU level go to? Maniac. It's on normal by start. Okay. Display settings, got brightness setting here, sound settings. Was one thing I've turned to English voices. I didn't even know about this. Somebody on Twitter said, oh, turn it to English voices first of all. Okay, I know it's an anime fire game, but I'm not a weeb. I had it on Japanese voices by default, and I just didn't want, especially when you're in the middle of a fight and trying to fight fast, you don't want to read what is read what they're saying, right? Because you're in the middle of a fight and everything. So it's kind of cool to turn it on for English voices. because you know, you just want to hear the smack talk that everybody is talking to each other, the characters in game. It's not like I don't know. Okay, so backing up a bit, like hardcore Street Fighter fans, for Street Fighter 4 and 5, you could go in and individually change individual characters' voices to English or Japanese, because the time, like people's muscle memory is so good with certain fighting games that they time it with the sound of a fireball, right? So you know, if I do a low short fireball, I can time what my muscle memory of when I got to do the next move as soon as I hear the Hadouken. So it would be kind of important for that. So I maybe like the hardcore Guilty Gear scene needs to keep it to Japanese because they got their timing linked into the sound effects. But I just put it to English because, you know, I'm not like a hardcore Guilty Gear person, and like my timing is not on that level. One thing they have changed from the beta here that I've noticed, like the announcer voice is way lower now. And I've actually had to lower voice volume because English voices are super loud. I was like, oh my god, like I was trying to test stuff for my capture and everything. So I had to turn it down a bit, but unfortunately that also lowers the announcer's voice, who is also sounds quieter than he did in the betas, you know, like the counter and the positive, negative, like that's way lower. That's one thing I just noticed straight away. And like, oh, we gotta talk about the BGM here. Yeah, they got like licensed soundtrack from, you know, well-known artists, whatever. I don't know how well-known because I'm not hardcore into the rock scene. I'm just gonna say this, like, I love the presentation of this game. I love everything about this game, presentation wise, looks wise, whatever. I'm not the biggest rock guy, so I don't really like the soundtrack. I'm gonna say it. I heard everybody like praising the soundtrack. It sounds so rocking. I don't know if that's a good way to say, oh, maybe that's just because they don't know rock or anything, but like, sounds so rocking is not I would have preferred if they would have kept the rocking soundtrack without the vocals. Honestly, I don't mind the rock, but I don't know, the rock vocals and all that ain't for me. And it is like splashed all over every single like stage and everything, to the extent like I was trying to do some training yesterday and I was like, oh my god, I want to turn this off. This is just getting on my nerves. Like, and I don't know if that was because this is not the type of music I like, or it's just not that good. But like, this could be a personal preference thing because everybody else seems to like it. So maybe that is just because I don't like rock, you know. But that's what's in sayings. And then story here. We'll get into the story stuff in a second. You watch the story, and the GG world is very interesting. Like, if you don't know nothing about Guilty Gear, this gives you like a whole backstory of like, you know, like a text dialogues and stuff to see. You can see how every character links to every other character, and like just like world building stuff. That's cool because there's been a lot of Guilty Gear games, right? So offline, you got single player, you can do arcade, you could do versus CPU, and you could do survival. You obviously got 2-player, and then you got the dojo. Okay, so this is where we're going. So the plan is, now that I've talked about like what is here, we'll do the dojo so I can show you some of the missions so you can see what some of the core concepts of the games are, to see if the game's for you. Then we'll do about 5-10 minutes of story, and then we'll do some online. That's the, and you know, if you're watching this over on Twitch, it's gonna be a 5-hour stream. We're just gonna be in practice and trying to find our character, which I think I already have. I think I'm gonna main Faust. So the tutorial is just like a basic about if we're just quickly going, it's just oh, this is how you play the game, this is what you gotta do. I've got mixed feelings about the tutorial and the dojo mode. I think the dojo mode is great because it gets into some hardcore sounds so rocking, has the same vibe, but hello fellow kids. That's what my Twitch chat is saying. That's what I've heard people say on like Twitter and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if that's like a compliment, or that's like, I don't know rock, so that's like the best compliment I can give it.
On the road again, Soul?
Yeah, bounty hunter, remember? Soul versus Kai.
Also, Soul Bad Guy is a terrible name. Sorry, where was I? Lost soundtrack. So sorry, I lost soundtrack. We was talking about soundtrack. I lost train of thought. So the training mode, good and bad. So like this first basic training mode is, I'm just gonna X through this a little bit. It just says stuff like, oh, you know, like win the game, right? You know, get my energy down, whatever. So is this first training section is a little bit throwaway because you're not going to even be in this long. You're going to be in this for like a minute, right? Because this is just telling you, oh, this is a fighting game. You know, get my energy down. That's kind of what this is, or and it's like, is literally like a couple of seconds. I've heard things that there was meant to be a custom combo mode in this or something, and people in the community are saying maybe that was one of the things that got cut because of COVID. Again, that's just speculation. I can't be sure of that right now. But again, if you're like, I think the way that they designed this product is, oh, we know the hardcore Guilty Gear lot will play it. The hardcore Arc System Works fighting game fans will play this, right? Obviously. If anything, they think this is like a bit too easy. They want to keep it complex, right? That's what I've heard from them. But the whole point of this product as a fighting game, the reason it existed was, how can we get casual fighting game fans, how can we get the Tekken, the Street Fighter fans to play this game? So they've like made it more flashy looking. It's built on a back 3D engine, but they've gone with that 2D art style, and it looks absolutely fucking... It's giving me reminiscent vibes of when those King of Fighters 12 and 13 came out, and like they used that. Obviously, it was a 3D engine behind. Actually, I don't know. Was that hand-drawn? That might have been hand-drawn. But you know, like that level of, obviously this is way higher resolution, and everything is higher res, and everything looks bigger and cleaner. But you know, like that's the last time I could like, because all those other Guilty Gear games, like there's been a couple that have come out, like XX. They've been working on the XX games for a while, but it was still based off of that of an older game, right? But this is the first time I've seen the Guilty Gear stuff. I'm like, okay, this is like almost totally new. Obviously, sure, they borrowed the art style that they've done from the other games, but like that, the characters are way bigger and everything, and the design of it. So like, it seems like they started from scratch is not the right word, but you know, they went for a look with this. So this is like, whew, this is a really good looking game. That's the short way of saying this. So anyway, I digress. I feel like so the whole thing they went with this game was, how can we get the more casual fighting game fan to play this? Because the Guilty Gear games are so like system heavy. You know, how can we mix what succeeded with, say, Dragon Ball FighterZ, because that sold crazy well for them. That probably sold crazy well for them more because it had the Dragon Ball license on there, and we don't want to make it as complex as that, or for different reasons. It's more complex than that for other reasons. So they, you know, they slowed it down a little bit, made it more flashy looking. So then you got to talk about the training mode. You know, if they're trying to aim this toward casual is the wrong word, because it makes it sound real scrubby. For people who like are not hardcore fighting game fans, they don't play fighting games 6 hours a week, right? Then they should have probably done a bit more stuff around the training mode. So basically, that's all training is. It's just literally like, this is how you win. This is your buttons, right? And then you go into the mission training mode. Training is, sorry, that's the tutorial mode. Training is just practice. Mission mode is like individual missions, and break it down here. So you got like 5 islands that you can go to, and each island has like 10 trials or something around there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'm lying. This is like, all right, it's got like, each has a set amount of trials. Later on, it goes like, they have per character trials. It gets way bigger. Excuse me. So here they get into the real nitty-gritty, which is great, because like, first of all, it's just like, oh, dashing, back dashing, double jump, high jump, you know, Gatling combinations, which is just like a chains, right? Ground throws, you know, dash attack, how'd you dash? What do your gauges mean? Like how does overdrive work? So it starts to tell you the basics of it, right? But if you go into if you go like way later, it goes like move compatibility and dash input Roman canceling. So it does start to tell you like a lot of high level concepts, right? But like some of the wording and the tutorials ain't like deep enough to like show you what it is, because it's gonna talk about Roman cancels in a second, but then it doesn't go deep enough. It's like, oh, you can use this this is what Roman cancel is, and oh, you can use it here, for example, and there's way more other ways to use it, but then they don't tell you how. But I was like, I'll figure it out. But if you want to go that deep with your tutorial, probably put that in. So for understanding like hardcore, like matchup, like mechanics and stuff, that's all here. What this doesn't do well tutorial wise, it doesn't do it as a per character thing. So this is where Street Fighter's tutorial about like high level how you play whatever is not great. But what Street Fighter like 5 and 4 did, well 5 does better, is like the per character thing. Like these are the combos you should use. These are like the basic combos to give you a good idea of how to use this character. Now a lot of those are here because people are saying on Twitter, oh wait, is there no like combos in this per character? But there is. If you go like Gatling combo, so the last challenge of each training mode is like a combo, and then you get to pick like what character you want to do. So if you think about it, then there's like 5 combos that are here per character, but it's the way they've got it laid out and stuff, right? They've just like all lumped into one menu, which looks cool and everything, but they need to, if they are making this for a casual like fighting game fan, they need to like break this out a little bit better. That's what I would say. Because even I was like, wait, is there no? And I'm a hardcore fighting game. I was like, I am a hardcore fighting game fan, but I don't know enough about Guilty Gear. Is there no like basics of combos of, so I can build on those, right? Oh, this is a cool combo for this character, and I can build on this. So I would know better, and they can fix that easily. They should just put a per character thing as a separate menu, so it's easier to get to. Because a lot of that information is here, but it's buried in weird places. And then you know, they could probably add a little bit onto that as well, because like you can, like if you go here and the first there's like a unique moves. If you go here, if I'm just gonna load this in, you can, I think I picked the wrong one actually. You can go in and it would just go through your command list and say, oh, do this, and you could pick it for per character. So then you go through your command list. My only slight other problem with this as well, the flow of this is bad, because every time you pick a new challenge, it just goes to another loading screen. This is gonna tell us about his unique moves. So if I just quickly complete this and then I pick another, there's not like a, oh, move on to next trial. If the next trial is with the exact same 2 characters, then it won't need to load again. If the next trial is like they're gonna use a different character as an example, and it's a different stage and a different opponent, it will go back. Obviously it needs to load, but like what I'm saying is the flow of it is not great. Like when you're in that I want to learn mentality of a fighting game, you just want to quickly move on to the next trial because you want to chew through a lot of this information. Like taking 30 seconds to load every single trial kind of takes you out of that. So it gives you a little bit of text of why that would be good. And then if I go mission select and then I say go to the next mission, so here it didn't load because it's the exact same character, and like, you know, it shows you a little, see there are combos here that it shows you, but it's buried in it. Uh-oh, I failed this miserably. Hold on. You gotta complete it, like you gotta succeed like 3 times to move on to the next one. Oh, and then I just showed. But so if I was to go mission select now and select like another one, unless if I was actually, I'm curious, if I pick the same character, so as long as the same character is there, it won't need to load in, but it forces you to kind of like certain missions are only with certain characters, so the flow can be weird. I'm trying to can I go mission select? I'm purposely trying to, wow, okay, the game is just trying to make me look bad for my examples now. So if I go here and I don't know, I pick here, it will do another loading, and the first tutorial's map area is just simple stuff, so it's quick. But when you go into the second and third and fourth, I was like, oh, this is taking me out of flow. So see what I'm saying? That is like, this information is here, it looks cool, the menus and everything are cool, but like the per character thing, they could have broken out better, you know, and added a few more things into that, and like just some like flow stuff that I wish they would have done better. Because you know, and I don't know if that was this was a time thing because of COVID or everything, but like So the only way to learn these like the basic combos of each character, like I would have to complete this, and then now I would have to go back into mission select. I would have to go, okay, mission select, find the last mission, pick a different character, and now it's gonna show me a combo with that character. See what I'm saying? It could just all like it adds extra steps here. I know this is nitpicky, and it's not really worth talking about to that extent, but if you are trying to make this more casual friendly, it's just something I'd noticed. Because even though I'm a hardcore Final fan, I spent like 4 hours trying to learn this yesterday. But I was like, oh, this stuff they could have made a little bit, you know, easier. So if I quickly, I'm gonna go mission select. Actually, I'm gonna go back to main menu because I want to show you the core concepts of this game. And then we'll show a little bit of story. So you know if this game is for you. Let's go here. So if we go into basic techniques, it's got a dash mechanic, which is not that crazy, right? Forward, back dash, or you can put dash on a button. It's like a double jump game. There's a high jump, like your King of Fire style. Like if you press down up, you could do a high jump. Battling combos are like chain combos. That's nothing too crazy. It's got a throw. The dust attack is unique to the Guilty Gear game. So let's quickly go here. The dust attack. So it's a 5-button fighting game. There's a kick, there's a punch, there's a slash, and there's a heavy slash, and then there's your dust button. Your dust button is basically like if you do low dust, it does like a universal low. If you do jumping dust, it does like a unique animation. Land a dust attack against your opponent who's crouching. If you do it to a low opponent, it's a mid attack, right? Here. But your dust attack has also another property. If you hold down dust, and then you can, if you jump up, you can jump into the sky, and you could do like air combos with it as well. And if you hold down dust on another button, it can do like a combo breaker. Blue burst. So if we go blue burst here and I just show it off, again, same character, but see how it does the loading. So yeah, that's the dust button. It's just like it can turn into like a universal overheads or universal lows. For each character is like a different animation. And if you hold down dust, you can do like a hit them into the sky. So the R1, the dust button, R1 and any attack button while blocking, while you're receiving damage, disrupts the opponent's attack by landing a blue burst. Burst is depending on, so if we talk about quickly the meters, you got your health bar. Underneath your health bar, you see where it says burst. That builds up over time. That's how you basically build your combo breaker. To do your burst, you gotta press dust and any button. Under that, there's like a gauge that builds up depending on like how much damage and stuff you're taking. Like you could say it's like your defense, your block meter, defense meter, if that's like a simple way of putting it. And then the tension meter at the bottom is just basically like your super gauge. So if I just show you here, that's like the combo breaker. That's how you do it. You can map it to an individual button if you don't want to press two buttons, or like I have done, I've mapped it to L2, but it is a combination of R1 and then any button, and that's basically your combo breaker. It will cost your burst gauge, and then you would have to build it back up. There's two bursts here actually, so that's a burst to do a combo breaker. That's called blue burst, and there's another one called gold burst, I think it is, which is in another trial. That's basically if you land a roar combo breaker. Combo breaker is probably the wrong word, right? Because then it wouldn't break a combo. It does like an explosion. But if you land that roar, it will replenish your super gauge as well. Let's quickly show overdrive. That's like your supers. And this takes way longer because there's jumping in and out and everywhere. So dishes, like from what I've seen, most characters' supers are kind of similar. There's always like a half circle forward one, and there's always like a double quarter circle. Supers take the supers don't take your full bar. Like your bar can build up into 2 stocks, and they can take like half of that bar. None of them don't seem like crazy complex to do, and they are very cool looking. The other thing you use your super bar for, if you're so you have wait, can I show you? See, if you hold down the dust button I was talking about, if you hold it down and then press jump, this one takes longer to land, so it's more difficult, but then you can get like air combos in while you're in that air phase. If you press any, like if I press punch twice, it knocks them to the floor. If I press kick twice, if I press heavy slash twice, it will knock them to the floor. Any button in combination does that. But then you can also, that I missed also, you can like chain combos together and special moves in the sky. But you should always go for the knockdown. That's what the game tells us anyway, because you land more damage if you do the knockdown. So, you know, every character's got specials. Then you've got a super, just like I've showed you. You've got the the burst, which combo breaker, which I can't do at the moment because the bar is not full. You've got, obviously you can block. There's like 2 blocks in this game, but it's actually like 4 blocks in this game. This is why I turn everybody off and they get scared. So you got normal block, then you got just block. If you time when you block, you could do like a pushback. So if you want to push people off of you, if you block at the right time, then you can like push them away from you, kind of like a Marvel vs. Capcom style. And then you got like a Smash Bros. Shield, which I can't show off here because the character has to be attacking me, but like I can put up a shield so I don't take chip damage, and then you can do that also in a just defense style to push people off of you. So it's 2 blocks, but it turns into 4 blocks. That shield costs super gauge, so you have to decide, do I want to use my super gauge for shield? Do I want to use my super gauge for doing supers? And the last thing, the last like big mechanic of this game is Roman cancels. That sounds like super complex, but it's there's a whole Roman canceling tutorial. Like, this is like the basics you need to know of this game, and then afterwards it's just basically find a character that you like. And this is like the core of the game, where all the, obviously the combo breaker. Well, from what I've seen, I haven't seen a lot of people use the shield. They're just using normal block. Maybe if you're about to die from chip damage, that's when you use the shield, but people just seem to be doing normal block. So the main things you need to go into this and learn are like the combo breaker, the dust attack to hit them into the sky. You know, there's the gold burst I was talking about to get full faultless defense. That's what they refer to as like the just defense kind of thing. I'm probably using that name wrong, but you know what I mean. And then, yeah, the Roman cancels. So the Roman cancels, to compare this to other fighting games, because I'm very smart when I cover video games, so I like to compare it to other video games. Think of Street Fighter 4 and the FADC, a focus attack dash cancel. At its very basic, this is what Roman cancels are. We just go here, but there's 4 different versions of them. So the game likes to describe it as, this is more of a timer mechanic, where depending on where you do the Roman cancels, the FADC, it starts a timer bubble, and then you can do different things from that. So in Street Fighter, you could do a focus attack dash cancel, so you could link moves that wouldn't link together usually, right? At the cost of meter or bar, then you could, link specials into supers, whatever. You can do the same kind of thing here. So, but then you can do it for way more. That's why there's 4 different versions of Roman cancels. So let's say I throw somebody, I whiff a throw. Actually, it's going to show us right here. So to activate it, it's Press 3 attack buttons, except R1 when blocking the opponent's attack requires 50% tension gaze. Use yellow Roman cancel to escape from the opponent's offense. Okay, let's go here. So here, yellow Roman cancel, you can use it to push people off of you. So rather than doing a you got the burst. Why would you do Roman cancel instead of the burst? Because yellow Roman cancel does the same thing, right? But here you would do the Roman cancel. From what I'm understanding, you would do the Roman cancel over your burst. Oops, I wasn't blocking. Because you want to go on the offensive. Because, like, remember I said it puts like a timer up, right? So you could continue with your own combo here. You see when I press it, see she goes into like a stun animation kind of. So you would use your Roman cancel over your burst here so you can continue the pressure. You are successful to counter attacks if the yellow shockwave is blocked by the opponent. Also, obviously the opponent can fish out your burst and they can fish out your Roman cancels as well. Avoid using it when blocking quick attacks such as square X and save it for when blocking with long recovery such as your fierces. So if I go into mission select here and then I show, so other ways you can use it. So that's how you use it on the defensive. You can also use it to that was yellow. You can also use it to help with if you go here, there's more text. You can utilize red Roman cancel when you are attacking your opponent. When activated, a red shockwave will appear around a side, increasing your combo damage. It can be used as a follow-up when opponent is blocking your attack. So here for the red one, for example, you can use it as a whiff. So if you whiff a move, or if they block a move and you want to make that move safe. So let's say you did an uppercut or a fireball and you was like, oh no, the opponent's gonna punish me because this was badly timed. Then you can do a red Roman cancel to then make that fireball safe. But your opponent could then bait it out on purpose because he wants you to use your meter, because even though Roman cancels are very powerful, they still require meter, right? So if I go, I land the attack. So if I go, hold on. So I landed an attack. That attack probably wouldn't have comboed into. Hold on. See where obviously that mission failed because I did the timing wrong, but see what I mean? Like I can do a super and I can Roman cancel and then link into another super, and you could do the same thing for here. Is teaching us do it with normal moves though. So like do an attack, Roman cancel, and then do an attack again. So if I just go to a mission select, because there's a purple one. The purple one is trying to show us so you see at its core it's the same thing. But depending on where you do it, it would do a different Roman cancel. Still costs the same bar, like red Roman cancel is like offensive Roman cancel. Yellow Roman cancel is more defensive. If we go here, purple Roman cancel is for the opponent will avoid your throw. Throw with a jump. Use the purple Roman cancel to recover earlier and void block opponent. So here you can use it as a whiff punish, right? So if we go here, I'm gonna oops. Oh, so you also use your dust button for so you use your dust button for combo breakers. You use your dust button for like universal lows and universal overheads. You use your dust button for to chuck them into the sky to do a sky combo. You also use your dust button for forward and dust, back and dust is your throw button. So they add a lot of mechanics onto that dust button. Anyway, so I tried to throw there. I'm gonna whiff this on purpose. But see, they jumped over my throw. That's what you would usually do in any fighting game, right? You jump over their throw, you dash back, and then they can overhead kick you, right? That's what you would do in Street Fighter. Oh, Zangief's gonna do a command throw or whatever, or throw me. I'm gonna jump up right in front of his face, and I'm gonna land a kick here. So what you would do here is to you whiff the throw, but then you can dust. Then you can Roman cancel. You could dust there also, by the way, to knock them back. But you would Roman cancel here. It would cost half of your super gauge, and then you can block. So See, because it put a timer up, I now had time to block because it slows the opponent down. So it's kind of like it puts you in a timer bubble for everything. It slows you down so you can get other combos in. It slows you down so your missed moves are not really missed moves. And that's the kind of the core of this gameplay. That's how you get all your big combos in. That's how you make things safe. That's kind of what you basically gotta learn to become like super good at the game. Like, you know, obviously the combo breaker is a simple mechanic. That's not really that hard to learn. You know, and like even press a button to juggle them in the air. That's simple, right? That's not really that hard. Like with Street Fighter 4, it had this FADC system to get really good at the game. You need to know that. Here, you need to know Roman cancels to link greater combos in together, to like make stuff safe. I think you're using your super combos, because combos cancel into each other. You're using your super combos to finish off big combos. More of the time, you're saving your super bar for Roman cancels, because you can link in normal slashes and heavy slashes to get more damage. So a lot of people I'm seeing are saving their meter for just the Roman cancels. That's why it's so core to this game. The blue shockwave slows the opponent down even when they are in knockback state. You can use it to connect combos that usually are not possible. If I go, it wants me to Roman cancel crouching standing. Okay, so I could just do a raw Roman cancel first. So I'm not even doing a move. I'm not canceling a move. I'm not doing a special move that cancels into another special move. I haven't whiffed a thing here. I'm not doing it on block. Here, I can use half of my bar to literally slow down me or the opponent, or slow down the game, where I can link two moves that wouldn't link together. Like, you know, a hard punch or a hard punch, you know. Everything doesn't link together. It doesn't make you like ultimate, right? Where, you know, like a heavy slash will link into a heavy slash. You still have to try. But like that's like the core concept of it's still the same buttons. You still do it exactly the same. It still costs the same meter. It's just the different. You did it in a different situation. You weren't blocking here now. You weren't doing a special move. You just did it raw. So that's why they say there's 4 states of Roman cancel. It makes it sound way harder than it is and way more complex than it is, but not really at all, right? If you understand, you know, just think of it as FADC, but depending on where you do it, it does a different thing. And because now they've slowed down the game, because everybody's probably put off now, oh my god, this game seems way complex. Now because they've slowed down the game and given all the players like less options, this is why the game can be easier compared to other Guilty Gear games. So we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me show the class. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 characters. In the beta, I don't think this person was in the beta, and I know maybe she was in the last beta or she wasn't in the beta. That's the 2 we didn't see in the beta. I think this person here is new to the game, and I think everybody else. Oh, and then this person is new to the game as well, Giovanna. Everybody else is a returning character. So we got, and then we don't know who's going to be in the DLC. Like, there's no. The cast may seem small to you here, but there's no like 2 Kens or 2 Ryus. We have our Ryu archetype here or Ken archetype here. In this character, but you know, there's like not a lot of copy paste here. Everybody is super unique to how they play. You know, this person has chains that he hits around. This person's a massive zoner and he has a massive you know, knife. This person's like a massive grappler. This person has a big sword. This person is kind of like your Kami archetype, I want to say. This is like your Ryu archetype. Zato is like complex. So if we just quickly, I'm gonna show this character off here. So if we go, so here's where the colors would come in. So I think again, it's not like pre-made costumes or anything. It's just like preset colors, which all look very cool, by the way. And I think you get 6 by default. And then I think if you get the deluxe edition, you get a couple extra. And then if you buy the Ultimate Edition, you get a couple extra on top of that. And I think this last one definitely is the Ultimate Edition color. And all the Ultimate Editions are like that style. let's just quickly show like nothing super that I've seen. Like there's 1 or 2 charge characters, but they're not like hardcore charge. They have like 1 move maybe charge, but everything still seems kind of fireball motion based style, if that makes sense to everybody to know if they're gonna like this game or not. So if we just quickly go command list here, everybody has like, you know, so everybody's got like a kick, everybody's got like a punch, and then there's like a light slash and heavy slash, and then depending on if you press forward or back. Oh, look at that back artwork, such good level design, stage design, whatever. Like certain characters, if you press like forward and attack, or like it changes that basic move. This is what is referred to as the unique move. So this would be like his anti-air, I'm assuming, forward and punch. So each characters have a couple of those, and characters have like special moves. Most characters on average have like 4 to 5 special moves. This ain't like Tekken or you know, Virtua Fighter or anything. Like there might be a couple who have like 7 or 8, but like it's more Street Fighter based in that sense, where like, you know, he has like a fireball that chases you here, or like, you know, he has this like uppercut move, or he gets complex because he has this move that if it connects, it links with other moves. You can do that, or you can do that. And then if we have a look at it, oh, so one thing I didn't explain is the danger and the positive stuff you see here. That's just as simple as that's just like the game like gives you a buff or nerf depending on if you're attacking a lot or if you're playing defensive. So this game doesn't encourage turtling. If you turtle a lot, you can literally lose all your super bar. I might have it on auto refill, you won't see here. It looks like super complex, but it's not. It's just like, if you be negative, the game will cost you super bar. If you be positive, it gives you other buffs. I'm not 100% on what every single buff is, but it just buffs you. I think it might buff your damage and stuff. There's a mission in there that I didn't get to because it was taking too long to get through everything. There's like a counter system in here, which just is like a counter system that works in every game. Like you can stuff a person's move, you know, but it looks flashy and it says counter, but you know, it's just a counter. If we look at what else this person has, he can like roll through fireballs. You see here, it's got nothing like EX moves. EX moves means like you can't do powered up specials by using your bar. You already use your bar, and then he's got 2 supers, which look absolutely crazy. You know, like Roman cancels, everything I just spoke about there could make this sound complex, but honestly, they're not that complex. Just think of it as in, you know, I can use my meter on to link moves that usually wouldn't link. So if I go, I don't know. So if I go // I can probably do another button here that would link it into, you know, but if I go // I can only get 2 slashes in. If I link it in again, now I can get a 3rd slash in. But the knockback of the Roman cancel also juggles them, so therefore I can do like, you know, I can just link other moves together, and that's how you get your combos. If I just quickly go character select, I just want to show maybe characters that we didn't see in the demo. See, so yesterday I spent like going through the cast because I didn't want to do this on stream. I was like, you know, who do I play? I don't want to spend like 10 hours in the stream trying to figure out. She was in high potential, but she seems a bit slow. Because they've made her like a witch archetype, so her dash is like her, like basically she does like a broomstick animation, but not on a broomstick. I'll show you right now. So then that's why I didn't kind of want to play her, because I was like, I want more mobility. And I ended up going with Faust, who's like super slow anyway, but he seems like super fun to play. So, you know, like this is her dash. That's her back dash, but this is her forward dash. And then if if you do it in the skies like that. So you can link it together from like, you can go here and then you can ground dash. See, she's got the whole like I'm riding a broomstick kind of thing, but that slows her down a little bit. Otherwise, I think she seems like very cool to use. I think she might be the game's antagonist. Let's go quickly go command list. She's got her unique normals. So that's her kick, that's her punch. Forward punch does that. That's her light slash, that's her heavy slash. And if I do forward and heavy slash, she does this unique animation. And then she's got 4 special moves. She's got like, goes under your move and does this. She's got a fireball. If you do the fireball in the air, it's kind of like a dive kick. And then oh, if you do this in the air, depending on different, she can dive different ways, like a dive down, dive forward, and then you can probably do it from the dash as well. So she seems like she's gonna be very based on like her movement, but that movement is also tied into she's kind of floaty. See, and then you can see how the supers are very similar. Everybody has like a particular type of, that's her super, but it's either that like half circle and a button, or like, you know, quarter circle and a button. So like, so moves wise and like how complex, there are 1 or 2 characters that are like super complex that aren't as easy to use, but like character move wise, nobody's super complex here. Because I was looking on some forums and people were like going like, is it like Capcom versus SNK 2 where you got to link moves together and that's how hard the game is? I don't think that's where the difficulty of this game comes from my initial play anyway. Like execution and like hard motions and strict timings and everything. Sure, when you get into the bigger combos, I think the more of this the difficulty of this game comes on from like, oh, meter management, and there's a few systems that are going on. So, you know, you got like Roman cancel on and get more combos in and then chain your combos together, rather than, oh no, I missed this because I can't get my fireball in, or I can't do this fireball motion properly. On that sense, it seems simple. And, you know, oh, I can't remember the character's moves list because nobody hasn't got anything super crazy, right? Like I'm probably gonna use Faust here. So if I just like, he's got a couple more moves compared to everybody else, but even then, you know, it's like 6 special moves. Complexity comes from you know, chaining combos together and everything, which on its core are easy to connect, are easy to do. It's just hard to land because of the timing. So it's not a difficult game because of that. It just might look like that from the outset, right? So if we go to his command list here, he's got like 5. He's got his like, you know, kick, got his punch, slash, and heavy slash, but then he's got quite a few unique animations from some of his moves. The forward and heavy slash does that. Command, so he can use his dust as like a, in addition to useful function as a dust attack, it can also reflect opponents' projectiles. There's just the dust button, but it can do something unique. His down and if you press square twice, there's that. And if you press down and kick, it does that. But so here, see his dust. If I press down on dust, it does like a universal low. It's like a universal mid if I hold it down, obviously. And then like everybody, jump and dust has like a unique animation. His is basically, he does this. He's meant to be a doctor. That's his archetype. This is why I think I'm going to go with him. I don't know if he's got crazy combo potential. Maybe that's just because I'm not great at linking big combos together. But he seems like the most fun to use. Like he has a move here. Hold on, if I can get it in. Where he basically gives every cast member a haircut and he gives them an afro. So basically what happens is their hitbox gets bigger. so they're easier to hit. Also, you can do that move there, like I was just showing you there, and then you can set their afro alight, so they're like a ticking time bomb before they burn and then explode. So you can link all kinds of crazy shit, like, you know. So when they do explode, when you do give them an afro, not only do they have a bigger hitbox, and then he's got this move here, which he just seems like a fun character. Nobody use him, okay? If you're watching this video, he's mine. Bagsy first, Ice One first. It's not like apparently there's not a lot of people use him because he seems like the cheap RNG character. His RNG comes from, he's got this move here. It's like a fireball motion, but he chucks out random things. Like that's a bomb, that's a horn that, you know, that's like a banana that it buffs me, or I think the opponent can slip on, but it's random every single time. So there's like a random doll that comes out. Oh, I can slip on the banana too. You know, he chucks out like a 10-ton weight. Some of the stuff that can also hit me as well. And then you can link this together in combos. That's where his randomness comes from. And he's got this like teleport move, like depending on like how you do it. It's got free. It can go from the sky, it can go in front of you, or it can go behind you. So it gets a little bit cheap. You know, so I's core, like nothing like crazy move wise, right? But you know, it's like linking different combos with him. You can have all kinds of potential. And that's where the complexity comes from. He's got this last move here. It's like doing that alone just as the stab, and if it lands, you can hook him like a fish and hit him away. But you know, if I was to link this to this, and then I was to Roman cancel, see, now there's way, it just turns into way more, it's like a simple move, and then it just links into something way crazier just because of that Roman cancel. And that's where basically the complexity comes from. So that's like the basics of the game. You should be able to like understand now, oh, is this a fighting game for you where you enjoy it? That was like some of the cast. If you want to see us playing different members of the cast, I'm sure everybody's covered the beta, and that footage will be up on the channel. So, you know, because I don't want to cover the same grounds again. What we'll do now, if I just quickly show off, let's just quickly show arcade off, and then we're going to show story, and then we'll finish with some online. I don't want this highlight to go on forever. Let's pick this red. Just to show you there is an arcade mode, because a lot of people probably don't want to play online. And they just want to play it for the single player stuff. There is that here, but like, you know, 2021, especially with robot netcode. If you don't know what robot netcode is, everything is usually delay-based netcode. So over a further distance, there's a lot of online lag with delay-based netcode. Robot netcode is like what the Cannons invented. People who like found Evo, the Cannon brothers, and that was like invented in 2000. And fighting games are finally, big published fighting games have finally started to use it. It just means where, like, for people who are a further distance away from you, it's like way more playable. You know, you could be, people are saying they play people in Japan, and when they're in America, and it feels like it's almost like a local. It's like a local match, so everybody's rallying against. Everything should be rolled back now. Like Virtual Fighter came out the other day, and that wasn't rolled back, so a lot of people were complaining. Like, sorry, it was delay based, and everybody was complaining. That doesn't mean to say, well, you know, if it's not rolled back, the game's dead. It just depends, like, you know, how far people you're gonna play. Like, America is a massive country, right? There's people from all around the continent. For Europe, it's not like delay, like we all play Tekken on delay based netcode in Europe, and it's not that bad because Europe is not that big, right? And the internet is pretty good around Europe. So you most of the time get good matches in, good connections in, and good matches. And I'm sure if you was only playing other people in Japan, you'd be fine as well, right? I don't think I talked about the stage break. I totally forgot to talk about that. It's just this game has a mechanic of if you hit splat people on the wall, you can then wall break, and the wall break leads to a massive amount of damage and just chucks them onto another part of the stage. Some people like it, some people don't. They say the wall break interrupts a lot of combos, so it nerfs those big combo juggles on strings. But again, if they're trying to make this way more casual friendly, people are saying that's a better thing, because there's only so much juggles you can do before you get splatted into the wall, and then it does a chunk of damage, but it breaks up those long strings, right? So people are doing shorter strings combo wise that just splats onto the wall and then breaks through the wall. So you have combos that are like at maximum like 10 or 15 hit, which sounds big, isn't it? You're not doing 10 or 15 individual moves, right? Certain special moves do multiple hits, and it will do like a chunk of damage. But like in the old Guilty Gear games, that would be like double the inputs or something, right? So still the same damage, still high like combos, but you're doing half of the things, therefore way more casual friendly in that sense. Still complex to do because the Roman cancels and everything, and it gets super complex here. Should be good for more of his random. I think this might be a character that might. And there she did like a combo breaker to get pressure off. So that's like the core of the game. We're getting to some online after this. Let me just quickly show story, just to show you how the story in this game works, so you know how it is. So if I just go to Guilty Gear World here, the story mode is very different. I haven't really seen anything like this before. Most of the time it's like an arcade mode that you play through, and you do a fight and then you learn about the story. It's totally different here. If we go to glossary first, it just gives you like loads of backstory on like, oh, Axel Low, I want to know about him. If you're like, but like there's a glossary of everything here, which is like super interesting here, right? If you don't know any of this stuff, and that's me, because I'm bad enough on the lore of the fighting games that I do know, let alone the ones I don't play much of. So there's like a glossary here. There's a correlation here, which this is more links into the story, but it is kind of tells you like the links of people here, like, oh, they were friends here and this person was his, like, adopted him, so therefore that's why they have a link here. And this like is breaking out in the story, which is like very interesting here, right? If it's just Tekken, it was like, oh, why is the Zabatsu friends with this firm or whatever. So that's like cool to see. That is like very cool to see. I do like that they've done that here because I don't know enough. And then here you've got story arc, like what is the timeline kind of thing. Again, also, if you like games about their lore, and again, there is a lot of people who do, right? I'm not gonna knock that, but I literally play fighting games for the, like, if a fighting game had a good story and good single player and all that, but I had nobody to play with in my house or nobody to play online, I wouldn't pick it up. I'm like that person, right? I'm all about the competition, all about friends to play with. But there are like a lot of fighting game fans who's like, no, if it's got a good, like, Mortal Kombat, it's got a good single player, it's got a good story, it's got loads of offline modes. That's more important to them because they don't do the whole 1v1 big thing here. So that's what's in glossary. But like other modes wise, I wouldn't say it's got a lot then, right? If you only enjoy, like, this ain't Mortal Kombat, right? It's got like a story that plays itself. It's just like cutscenes at the end of the day. And then is for single player, it's got arcade or versus CPU, which is another arcade, and then survival. So on that, if you don't want to play online, you don't want to play with people, there's not a lot here. This is more of a, play with people. So final thing we'll show here before we go into some online matches, like, let me just show you what the story is here. So the story mode of this game is divided into multiple chapters. By which manner would you like to play? Average 20 minutes per chapter. You can also change this setting at any time from the pause menu. Rest between chapters, watch all at once. So if we just go rest between chapters, again, so you could just watch it all in one, right? And there's chapter, I think I went in this, and then you can just like save depending on where you are in the story. Continue chapter 1 prologue. So we're only gonna show a couple of minutes of this. So bad guy has defeated a new threat. Just to show you how this is. Honestly, and then because of the way I play fighting games, I think I actually prefer this. Like, it's got arcade mode, and I'll play the arcade mode if I want to play the arcade mode. And if I want to know the story, I just play it out for me. There's going to be a 20-30 minute, well, it's going to be longer than that, right? There's a couple of hours cutscenes, and it's got a built-in anime into the game, right? This is a anime fighting game, right? This is weeb friendly, so, you know, this is how they do it here.
All I can leave her is her name.
So we show like 5 minutes of this just so you can kind of understand what's going on. So everything isn't anime cutscenes. They do this kind of pseudo. Some of it is 2D anime cutscenes, and some of this is like faux 3D kind of style, shell shaded, whatever that you see here. But I've changed it to English voices. I'm kind of curious if it's going to be English here now.
Do any of you really think?
Oh, it is. Okay, so they got a whole dialogue for English and Japanese. So if I change this to Japanese, it's all Japanese with text over.
If you turn back now, we can all stay that way.
These days, chivalry's worth as much as shit on your shoe.
Be that as it may, we gave
Wow.
our country's
Is
flag.
it though?
We're not
Is it
afraid to
though?
step in it.
I feel for you. Really, I do.
So this is why I think she was the antagonist of this game. I'm not sure. I don't know the story, but I just watched like 2 minutes of this.
You
I'm the
wet.
first idiot.
Dead F's in the chat for that guy. Character design host. So everybody's bigger here. It looks way more chunkier, wider. That's like the art style they went with this game. Did she one shot everybody here? Okay. Again, if you're worried about story spoilers and stuff, watch out. So I know they have guarded this and kept this quiet because, like, you know, if this is how they're gonna do the story, it's a couple of hours cutscenes, and you probably don't want spoilers, right? But this is just the first chapter. I'm not gonna spoil anything big. We're just gonna check this out for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna talk over it. I'm annoying.
You here? How about you? Why are you here? You wouldn't have ended up like this if
Somebody's
you just
gonna
gone
wanna
and
see
died and
how-
lost your war against humanity.
How good the
And you
dialogue
believe
is.
you won?
I know what weebs look for.
Witches have such vivid imaginations.
Better than not having one at all. I'm not the one who had to give up my crown and castle.
But see here though, there's still like, this is still like in a 3D environment, right? But see how this looks more 2D now? And it doesn't look like that. Like that first scene was a weird
But you won't
like
get away.
polygon arena, but here this looks just pure anime here.
I could stop.
So it's like a interesting mix of styles they're going for, and it's with the engine they're using, I'm assuming.
Turn what's mine.
Obviously I can't speak for the quality of this as a whole. But you know, a couple of hours of anime cutscene in this fighting game,
You think it will obey you just because
doesn't even matter of the quality of it as a whole, right? You get to sit back and enjoy
that power needs no master.
Today it does.
this curvy ass chick. Oh, sorry, somebody had to say it. Jeez, cool glasses though.
You may think you know everything, but you can never foresee your mistakes. You're just a child excited over a new toy.
No.
Somebody tell me what our new toy was. I talked all over the intro. I don't know, maybe traditionally here, this was where there would be a fight scene.
You've dreamed up the boogeyman under your bed and in your closet. But you didn't have the imagination to drive them away.
Ghosts are real. What are you talking about, lady? Stop talking shit.
Limitless creation.
Uh-oh. Rip Soul. Dead?
Someone finally found me out, huh?
I wonder if we're gonna see something interesting with the DLC. If it's gonna be like, people we see from the story here. Oh, it's not dead. Oh, okay.
Someone once said that if mankind's endless want could be sated, inequality and conflict would come to an end. Or, to look at it another way, if you were to rob humanity of its desire, you would bring peace to the world. But who wants a world like that? And what is the peace people desire? Asking that is to ask what humanity is.
Greed and selfish desires. We learned this in the Castlevania game. What is a man? I can't remember the line now, but we know this. We have these questions answered for us. What are you trying to tell us, video game? What are you trying to tell us? Honestly, if the Yakuza stuff did stuff like this, it would be so good. Imagine you just wanted to hear the Yakuza story, but I don't want to play the game. Okay, there's a mode to just tell me the Yakuza story, and then I can pause it in between. Was there a mode like that in for the Metal Gear games? I'm not even sure. Honestly, though, this would get me to watch the story of this game way more than, oh, I've got to play through the arcade thing, whatever. I haven't finished the Mortal Kombat story, and people said that was good. But I'd rather just watch a couple hours video.
I can hear tires screeching.
You know.
These windows have great visibility. Wouldn't you agree? You wouldn't even know they were there.
Indeed.
You know, obviously paying
They're
60
110
whatever for
millimeters
a
thick, too.
100%
So
if you just want to watch the story in anime, right? It seems a bit much. That's also why they've said, wait, what's wrong with the tires? Oh my god, are they getting pixelated out? What's going on? That's also why they've
protocol committed to memory. Not bad, huh, Mr.
Oscar, no need for a mister.
to Zai.
Then, anyway, this car you've chosen for your little
I'm
picture,
sure they wouldn't want that, like,
Anything
somebody
to
to just
say.
dump the
My
story
only
on
complaint
YouTube,
is I
right?
can't
Which
find an
probably a
insurance
couple of
company
weeks
to
time
cover
you
it.
might see.
Do you know
But if
why
this
that
is just a long
Well,
cutscene and it's a movie, right?
Yes, I
That
do.
you
Because
watch
you're
through.
the 76th president of the United States, and this is your personal car. A little flashier than I would have chosen on my way to proposed demilitarization at G4, but nonetheless.
I agree with you there.
I do apologize for
Anyway, you get the idea, and then I can save it here to say, okay, this is where I want to stop. You know, so it's very glossary character correlation diagram, and this is where you can see, right? You can go here individually and then see what is going on and who links to who, and minimize and enlarge, switch category. You know, while you're watching this, if you're like, huh, what who links here where? So it's very wait, what's in mode settings? Saving between chapters, master volume. Oh, okay. And then wait, what's in backlog? I'm kind of curious. Oh, you can just play the,
even know they were there.
you know, if the streamer with the big
There are
mouth
110
talks over
male
everything.
drivers more than her good looks.
This is
She's
almost
got
like
42
borderline like
million
visual novel
emergency
style, right? You can see where they've borrowed it from here. You got chapter select, return to main menu, you know, and that's how they play out the story. The only reason is like I thought I don't usually cover the story modes when we play fighting games. It's like very unique and interesting the way they've did it. So if you want to watch a couple of hours of, like, you know, Guilty Gear Strive story, they've done it in an interesting way here. It'll probably get me. I'd probably put this on in the background while I'm doing something else, because I don't complete story modes. I play fighting games for online. So let's see how online works. All right, so what we'll do, there's going to be a quick, we covered this in the beta, but we might as well show this again. We'll show how this lobby system works. Sorry, there's quick start. Practice in training mode while searching for an opponent online. You can specify the search criteria for the opponent you match with. this is how I usually play because I can't. Then there's rankings. You can check out various rankings in this mode, find out where you stand. Oh wait, oh that's your rankings. Okay, and you got player match. Create your own room and invite friends over or visit another player room. You can communicate or play matches with players in this player room, right? So even people say for tournaments that this is still going to be kind of difficult. So I think quick start is what they've added, and then like the bulk of the online matches is going to be through the system. So we might as well show it. There's going to give us a quick intro video, so I'll quickly show this, and then there'll be chops while we play some online matches, just so you can understand what this package is. And again, this is still a bit tedious and cumbersome. I personally will be sitting in training and waiting for matches because I don't want to go through all of this. In my opinion, this is probably the worst part of the game. And I'm not saying it's oh my god, but like it just makes this way longer, right? I just want a ranked mode. I want a quick match mode, quick lobby mode. I don't want to go through all this extra stuff. You know, and they delayed the game. We thought that maybe they would remove it and have a way for you to bypass this fully. They haven't. They've just like streamlined this a little bit more. You are required to clear the network mode tutorial before playing this mode. Proceed with this network mode tutorial. Sure. There was an update the other day ago that reset all my settings and everything, so it made me do everything again. So I'm just gonna quickly. Welcome to online lobby. I'm your guide for this tutorial. Please meet. Okay. Let's smarten up your tire. Sure. And then, you know, this is your avatar. Remember that fishing game that I said that was there? That is like you spend average, big, small. All right, we'll go average. Nobody wants to see my belly. This is like what you do to in that fishing game to like get like a tire for your avatar. Blue eyes? Green eyes? I always wish I had green eyes. I was that guy that wore color contacts in college to impress. I know. Now that I think back to him, like, what a fucking idiot. My eyes were naturally green. They weren't contacts. Okay. Okay. It's just so cool. Oh, also, I'm gonna play a character who gives everybody a throw, right? So I might as well. We go white throw. I can look like what was that? Indestructible, invincible. What was that? Bruce Willis film. All right, I want to. All right, hold on. I want to change it. Hold on. Oh no. Okay, we're fine. We still put it tank top. We can change it later. I'm sure people want to see what's here, so you know, by default. Is that cape? I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's kind of cool. Sure. Isn't that the skull jacket from Final Fantasy VIII? And we all know how I feel about Final Fantasy VIII. Greatest Final Fantasy ever made. And all that. Should we go green? It matches my eyes. I also had a green jacket when I was in college. Is this like a college? That was a joke. I didn't wait. I might have. Axel costume? Oh, the costumes are based on the characters? Okay. Wait, oh wait, maybe I should be crafty and then don't wear the costume for the character that they're gonna play, so they don't know who I'm gonna play, and then I can, you know, because if I'm gonna be Faust, I'm sure we're not gonna get a lot of matches. Okay, shoes. Barefoot. Oh, there is barefoot? No, okay. All right, Axel boots. Ooh, actually. Healer shoes. Faust shoes. Faust has got nice shoes though, you know. All right, we're gonna go Faust shoes. That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh, dude's got some. Sorry, that was the wrong word. I was like, oh, dude's got some trainers. Oh, this doesn't. Not my immersion. Okay, now this will give away the character I'm gonna use though, right? That was so good. Oh, the mask, the glasses. The glasses are color coded. Hold on. No, we can't. Equipment, sword, large sword, compensating sword. What, huh? Spear, halberd. Okay, less is more. Less is more. Less is more. I said less is more, not like embarrass yourself. Wooden bat, metal bat. Metal bat. Let's go. Clothes. Are you satisfied with your outfit? Yes. It seems you have a refined taste for fashion. Pro streamer. Twitch.tv. One invisible bee. YouTube./. That's not even one invisible bee. However, if you're unsatisfied with your outfit, you can always change anytime. I'm stationed at the entrance of each lobby. Please approach me if you have any questions. Now let's move on. There are many online lobbies all around the world. Now tell me, which region would you like to visit? Please select a region. I recommend changing the region close to you and yours. Okay. It also be. Where do we want to go? Hold on. Let me just.
Welcome.
All right. Looks like your initial preparation is complete now. Allow me to explain what you can do in the lobby. Yeah, so just like select your region. So servers are closer to you. I don't know how they're gonna do it because it's probably peer-to-peer, right? In the lobby, you'll be able to communicate with other players or challenge them to battle. Or it's probably, depending on what region you go, you can fight people of that region. But then if it's robot netcode and we want to fight people in Japan, I wonder how to do it. It's probably gonna be, all right, we'll find out. In the lobby, you'll be able to communicate with other players or challenge them to a battle. There are also many other services provided. Hey, you over there? Wait, is he copied my jacket and the fro? And the oh my god, it's my double. I haven't seen you around here before, and it seems like you are pretty skilled. I'm on a journey to now defeat. No defeat. Sorry. Challenger. Those who seek the battle will wear their weapon at the duel station. You could ignore him, but since you are here, why not challenge him to a battle? First, let's select the character you'll use. Okay, so Faust. Gotta pick the correct color because it's important. Red, maybe the yellow though. Okay, hold on. Yo, that's the color though. I might go with the Undertaker purple. Okay. Like I would go with this, but then everybody's gonna know I got the Ultimate Edition, right? I want to be called Money Hat, whatever. It was a review copy, I swear. Okay, so all right, here. Yes, character I'd like to use. Excellent. Choose now. Let's change. You can challenge someone to a match by approaching the duel station and pressing X. You can challenge someone by approaching the duel station and pressing X. Jump, triangle, slip through a floor. Okay. So this is what they've changed. They've added this little station, I think. You don't just have to walk up to a person, and then you go ready, and this is how you challenge. I'm gonna cut this bit out just so I can show you quickly how this lobby system works, and then we'll add online matches at the end. Oh, it looks like your rating update has occurred. I totally won that match. The rating update occurs after every few battles. It gathers the data of your previous match and assigns you to a floor according to your skill. Let's take a look at where you've been assigned. What do you think I've been assigned? All right, and this is the other big part of how the online system works, the floor system. Looks like you've been assigned to this floor. In other words, the floor holds people with the same level of skill as you. Let me guide you to the floor. By the way, the higher you head up, the stronger the player you encounter will be. Although I wouldn't recommend it, you're able to travel freely to the floor above. However, you're not allowed to enter the floor below. So no smurfing. For you're way stronger than those below you. If you have trouble navigating around, feel free to approach. And I think if you keep losing battles, it will automatically lure you. Now let's enter the world of online lobbies. All right, okay. So this is how it adjusts your skill level. Like you go on floors. Players who are looking for a match will have their weapon up in battle at the battle area. You will be able to challenge them to a match by pressing X at the duel station. However, you cannot challenge a player with a cross above their head. You can also wait for someone to challenge you by holding your weapon up at the empty duel station. To do so, press X at the empty duel station to stand by for a battle. Players that are facing off each other are currently in a match. You will not be able to challenge those players until their match has ended. This is an entrance to the player room match created by other players. You can enter the room by explaining. This icon will be displayed on players who disconnect frequently. Heart Street icon. This icon will be displayed on players who performed well in other recent matches. Challenge icon. The player is waiting for an opponent. No, the player cannot be challenged to a match. Status icon. Waiting for a match in training mode. Connection busy. Oh, what's that icon? Because that's the one I'm going to be. Oh, is a dumbbell. Okay. So basically, that's how you basically find people to fight. Then you go, let's head out here. Is there a run button? I need a run button. There's obviously a match going on here. If I interact, I can, like, you know, private chat with the player. I can view their stats and stuff. Again, I'm in the European lobby here. And it's also based on level. But you see what I'm saying? They've made it easier where they've added these stations so you just don't walk around endlessly. But it still adds so much to it, right? I just want a quick ranked or a quick unranked, you know. So at the moment, I'm probably going to be sitting in training and waiting rather than going for all this or make private lobbies because I'm streaming on Twitch and everything. And then see that fishing game that I could do. Would you like to dress up your avatar? Let's head out. Dress up your avatar. And that fishing game that you could access from the main menu, you can also access it here. I thought it would be better to show it here so it makes sense to you. You'll be able to fish gallery items such as artwork, BGM, and avatar parts here. Oh, okay. That's how you get your BGM and artwork also. You can view the artwork, BGM, and movie clips in the gallery mode. Got it. Head to the fishing spot. What can I do here about rare fish? Wait, what's rare fish? When you fish up an item you already possess, you will obtain a rare fish instead. Having 10 rare fish will guarantee you to obtain one item that you do not possess the next time you fish. Okay. And then basically it's like, you know, the money that I built up, like that's how you get. I know you get it for doing training. I'm assuming you get it through playing online and stuff as well. I haven't seen any way you can like buy this. So it's just like the in-game currency. And it's like, you know, it's not actually a fishing game or something here. It's just like, oh, this top item is now available for use as your avatar. Okay, let's fish again. Spending that money. And you could do 10 at once. The artwork is now available to view in the gallery. But it's not cheaper if you buy 10. Wow, what kind of... This music is now available. All right, then you could just go stop fishing. And basically, that's how like the online system works. You know, and that was kind of... Oh, what's in the pause menu? Hold on. Standby in training mode. So you can go to training mode from here. Select a character used for online lobbies. You know, like a whole Street Fighter system. Like who's your character that you always want to use. Command list. Member list. Register as a shortcut. Oh, can I just... Oh, that's everybody who's here. I wonder if there's like a refresh the lobby button. Edit avatar, R code. Communicate with other players using emotes or fixed messages. Huh. Fixed message list, damn it. Edit auto message. You know what I was going to think of? Come to my stream. game settings, and then exit current lobby. Oh, if I go exit current lobby, select a floor, select a region, return to main menu. Oh wait, what's in select a floor? Oh, that's if I want to go higher to a floor. I think if I just click this again, this is how you can get like to refresh the tower. Park. Enjoy playing against other players without worrying about your assigned floor changing. Oh, so okay, this is if like you just want to play casuals and you don't want to, like, you know, your floor goes too high. People in Tekken do worry about that, right? Like they get to such a high level that then they you know, I've heard the counter argument for smurfing that, oh, my level is too high and everybody just destroys me now, so what can I do? So there is like a, you know, like an unranked mode, but like look how you've got to get to it though, right? See what I mean? That like, you know, it can just all longify, is that the word? It just make it long. So that's why I feel like I would just personally sit in training. I wish they would have cleared that up a bit more. The conversation or in the forums already, oh wait, how can they get rid of this system? Can they add totally something different? Because it just adds extra onto it. Even though the game's got great netcode and everything, this is just too much. I just want to get into fights and jump in and play. So that's why I'll be sitting in training. But you know, it's still there. They've made it a little bit better, but that lobby system is still there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, first of all, I'm being honest with you, I'm going to sit in training and practice and learn the hell out of my character, and then we add a couple of online matches into the end of this for the highlight. But again, if you want to watch that long stream, it'll be up on a couple of weeks. It'll be up for a couple of weeks on Twitch, but you know, nobody doesn't want to watch a 5-hour stream over on YouTube and the highlights and all that. So that's why we add like 10-15 minutes of matches toward the end of this video, because this first look is probably going to be about 2 hours long anyway. So we'll be back in a little while, because that will give you a good look at, you know, everything that is in the game. I thought I'd show everything off. The thing that took the most time was just to explain the basics of the game, right? Again, fighting game, if I'm sure people if I haven't played before, that's the main thing they want to know, right? Is this fighting game for me or isn't it for me? Yeah, we're getting to a couple of online matches, and then we'll add in some of those here. We'll be right back.
Duel 1. Let's rock. Just a try of happiness.
Please don't move. Gotta get my Please don't move.
Imagine killing yourself. Oh my god, imagine killing yourself with your own shit.
Hunt you down.
Nice.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
I know I should be like doing way more stuff on the counters, but you know, day one. Oh, there's a very nice afro for you there. Wait, didn't pick it up? Oh no! Oh no!
I'll make it quick.
No, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so oh, that was terrible.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
You look great with Afro.
Embarrassing. Lie down. Absolute response. Stimulate.
Uh-oh.
Lie down. What? This means is it coming out?
Oh, Smile, the bomb hit you in your head. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is it coming out? Lie down. Happiness.
Wait, does that combo work because he's so big? I don't think that usually combos, right? You're dead. But because he's so big, maybe it does? Yeah, Mega Fist me again, you son of a gun!
Week, same time, same place. Duel 1. Let's rock. What will this be? Lie down. Slide head. Cause. Slide head. Yes. Slide head. Come on. Lie down. Perfect operation. Duel 2. Let's rock. Luther, you forced my help. Happiness. Pose up. Is it coming out? No chat. Come on out. Lie down. What will this be? Lie down. Mix.
This is so much work, man. Cut my nails today, chats. My thumb is killing me. You know when you...
Second limiter ready. Rejected. Fly. Mega Pit. Mega Pit. Mega Pit.
Uh-oh. Did he get me? No way. Oh, is he an anti-air? Oh, my absolute days. It's so beautiful, chat. It's so beautiful. My back's broken, but it's so beautiful.
Targets decommission.
Oh, wow.
Duel 1. Let's rock. Mega Pit. Fly. Slide. What will this be? Lie down. Mega Pit. Ozone. Inbound. What? What?
Uh-oh, this is gonna hurt.
Blind spot. Come on out. Disappointing slap. Duel 2. Let's rock. Mega Pit. Slide that. Ozone. No chat. Don't run. Slide that.
Oh, no.
Lie down. Come on. Second limiter release. Slide that. Fly. Mega Pit. 28 secret arc.
Nice grab. Fuck.
Buster. Slap. Duel 3. Let's rock. Mega Pit. Mix. Mega Pit. No chat. Coming out. Mega Pit. Lie down. No chat. Coming out. Happiness. Mega Pit. Forgive me, President Gabriel. Slap.
Fuck you and President Gabriel. Let's go.
Duel 1. Let's rock. Is it coming up? Is it coming out? son of a bitch. Slap.
Whoa, what's up with the cursing, man? What's you gonna call me a son of a bitch for? Bit rude, isn't it? Oh, this guy is fucking just roar doing the special moves. Okay, I mean you could say the same thing about me, but like you know I'm a zoner, John. My character archetype. I mean, if you're gonna roll do special moves, bro, you're gonna get punished. Didn't I just tell you this? Oh, we don't want him to have the horn. That's gonna be trouble. Am I dead? I wonder if I could have Roman console that. Nice. Oh no! Dude, did he really just wake up super kill me? Bro, you... Oh, no! My own freaking... What'd you call it killed me? See how you like fucking getting wake up super. I've taught this guy don't do it, chat, but he don't listen. What do you want me to do? There, now wake up super. One. You know he wants to, right? Any second now. Alright, I should stop playing my food. He's just waiting for it. He's just waiting for it. Pretend like I'm gonna do a move. There you is. There it is. There it is. Oh shit, man, she went.
This
That was heavy.
slap.
What's that?
Well, I mean, there you have it. I feel like that was a perfect place to call it, right? The game's not out yet. Only people who got the Ultimate Edition or like got review copies. That's the only people who are playing it right now. So because the normal lobbies ain't really full yet, it's kind of hard to sit in training mode and get a game like that. So I've had to come in. I've had to use the lobby system. It still has the problems that it had in the beta. It just takes too long to get into a match and find people. But that could be alleviated when, you know, it goes. It comes out to the general public on the 12th. We're recording this on the 9th. Fun game. You're gonna see matches with me with Faust. I was getting my ass handed to me because Faust plays. He's a zoner and he plays in a certain way that I'm not used to playing. I would probably advise go with somebody who's fast and can press buttons because, you know, it's online. That's what everybody seems to be doing. I was either coming up against characters who was trying new characters and like were on the same level as me, or I was straight just getting destroyed. I'm having fun with this. I want to go back to this. Like I said, when it comes out to everybody, online lag wise, not a single laggy match whatsoever, like whatsoever. But then again, you know, that isn't saying a lot because everybody who's paid bought the Ultimate Edition is probably going to be hardcore fighting game person, so they're going to have good internet connections, right? So that doesn't say much at all. I lobby system is the only issue with this game for me so far. Again, like I was talking about the training mode stuff, they could, you know, bring in individual training sets info for each character, but that's just like, you know, arranging some menus and making that easier to go through, because a lot of that individual character stuff is there. It's just all lumped in together. Beautiful looking game. I still don't know about the soundtrack. That's not for me. That could be a personal preference thing. Other than that, though, this is the fighting game coming out this summer. All of this extra stuff about the lobbies and music and what, none of that doesn't really matter, right? It's just especially with the pandemic and everything, everybody's locked at home. It's just more, is the netcode good? Can we get out on online and play? Does the game look good? You know, ticks all those boxes. So I have a feeling that this might be, well, I guess we'll see, right? I was gonna say this might be the next. This obviously is probably gonna be the fighting game of the year. It's a shame that it's coming out right around the E3 time, because there's gonna be so much gaming news and everything going on for the next couple of weeks. So people are content creators especially, and just general gaming public are probably gonna be busy with all that stuff for the next couple of weeks. But we're gonna come back to this in a couple of weeks and see how it all pans out and see what's going on with online, right? You know, when everybody has it, that's when we'll see. Servers could catch fire before we know, or just run super smoothly. This will be going up as a highlight over on Twitch and YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch and YouTube, don't forget to hit the follow button. Drop a like if you like the video. Subscribe and turn those notification bells on so you do know when new videos drop. This one's gonna end up being on a bit on the longer side. Don't forget we got a community Discord. I got a Twitter, and I do stream a couple times a week over on Twitch. Should come check us out. All that information will be in the description. Other than that, we're gonna call it with this one. Apologies about a terrible gameplay, okay? Day one, only killers got this game, and this little old me Tekken player, and you know, that's my excuse. Drop a like if you feel sorry for me and me getting my ass handed to me. Appreciate it.